All right, guys. So we got one of those good news, bad news, good news situations. So I think the good outweighs the bad, which is kind of what you want, right? But so the good news is we've been super busy around here, and that's good. That means we're getting things accomplished, right? The bad news is we continue to screw things up. So we're still talking about mistakes we made like a month ago. But the good news is that gives us plenty of things to pass on to you guys. So here's your Tuesday morning tech tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. All right, like we said, guys, we got a ton of stuff going on around here, right? We got the Jeep in the shop, right? We're messing with the Ford. Um, we went up to New York, super good stuff. Kid graduated college, pretty awesome. Now the caddy didn't want to come back, and that took. But what are you gonna do? And it was just we had the bike out. Weather's been just beautiful. I mean, great things going on, and I can't complain, right? But I'm gonna. So with the whole caddy thing, like our last Tuesday morning tech tip was, I didn't have all my tow stuff with me, right? It wasn't prepared because I wasn't planning on towing nothing. So yeah, that kind of sucked. I had to go buy some new stuff, but we learned our lesson, guys, right? But unfortunately, there was something else that I screwed up there, and I'm surprised nobody's really brought it up. But it could have cost a hell of a lot more than what it cost me to buy some extra tow stuff, right? So, you guys know I'm a hack's hack, right? I mean, I mess with old stuff where there's more of like a margin of error, right? Like the tolerances aren't what they are in these new cars and all that with the computers and all the kind of sensors and all the things that come with that, all the stuff that I'm always bitching about, right? So I was unaware of me that I even did anything wrong. I actually wasn't trying to be a hack, guys. I was trying to be legit, and I missed the mark. All right, so in doing so, I could have really messed up my truck, and that would have sucked because I drive that thing to work every day, and I probably would have just lied to Toyota and had it covered under warranty, but maybe I would have got caught. Who knows? But it was definitely my fault, and I'm going to show the kid, put a clip in here, and let you guys see what I screwed up. Like I've been doing. Now I'm going to use the wrong tool to take this apart because I don't have the right one. I'm definitely going to remember to change the bolts that I rounded off. No, I won't. Oh, whole bottom of it. Yeah. I'm keeping it running, so this way I don't lose all the memory on all my electronic crap that I don't like in there. What could go wrong? So, what was that last little bit that I muttered under my breath? I think it was, what could go wrong? Well, funny you should ask, because at the time, I thought nothing. Because you guys know I'm used to dealing with like older carbureted, buckets, right? And that's how you check the alternator, right? In an old car, oh man, is the alternator charging? Yeah, you get fancy with a meter and all that, or you just disconnect the battery. If it keeps running, the alternator is working. Simple. That's the stuff I love, guys. So, apparently, if you do that in one of these newer vehicles, you can break a lot of stuff. Computers don't like it. Alternators don't like it. All that kind of stuff. So I had no idea, and I pulled it off, and we're good. Kept working, right? If you watch the rest of that video, which I hope you did, it didn't work out anyways, and I had to go throw $200 at a new battery just to get it on the trailer. So there's that. But I got back to work, and I was talking with Jay, and yeah, I'm running him through the what happened on the weekend, the whole trip, the whole thing. And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, stop! Did you said you disconnect the battery and left it running?" I said, "Yeah, it's fine." He's like, "No, man." And he told me, what can happen there, and I was like, "Huh? Well, I don't know that." And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I know you're used to old cars." He made some comment about me being quality assurance at work, and similar to he made in the last video there. I think he's got something to say there. But yeah, and it was like, hey, yeah, you can't do that, man. So my response was, well, there's just another reason to off that truck and go get a square body, but which I'm not above, guys. I might be looking. I don't know, but yeah, that's something you gotta before you start working on stuff, guys. And I'm guilty of this. Know what you're working with. If you don't, like I thought I was doing everything right. I really did. I mean, until I started trying to splice wires and get. I thought on my truck I was doing everything right, and I wasn't. And luckily, I mean, it's been like 1,000 miles or so on the truck, so the alternator's been working fine. Knock on wood, right? And at this point in the game, if it craps out, yeah, it's Toyota's problem. But well, it'll be my problem first, and then we'll you know we'll hand it off to them. But so let's say worst case, right? Um, that something went wrong. Whatever it is inside there, the little magic nerd stuff, and it quit working. And then I had Andrew's car on the trailer. We ended up having to go up through the Bronx and stuff, and it was a whole thing. Tons of traffic where that thing could have very well died sitting there on the Cross Bronx Expressway. We would have ran out of juice probably about that time, where it was super hot, congested. There was already a tractor trailer stalled, so that's the whole thing too. That caused a lot of traffic. And then we would have had two cars, well, a car and a truck, that we couldn't do nothing with. One, because it happens, right? His alternator went out. But the other one, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So now I know, and I won't make that mistake, and I'm trying to pass it on to you guys. But you gotta know what you're working with, guys. A lot of us old heads, we're used to all that kind of stuff, all this, the old stuff, right? The things like our fathers taught us, and this is how you do this, and this is how you do this. As much as I don't want to admit it, this new stuff, I mean, it's way different, guys, and it's smarter than us, right? We already know that. But that's it, guys. Make sure you know what you're working on, because the simplest thing, you can have the best of intentions and think you're doing everything right, when in reality, it could have cost myself a little bit of money, a little bit of headache, and probably a lot of aggravation from Megan and her mom when we were stuck on the side of the road. So, know what you're working with, guys. Know your equipment. Thanks for watching.